Jim Davidson challenges Channel 4 host in heated debate sparks national conversation on free speech. In a moment that has reignited the national conversation on free speech, British comedian and commentator Jim Davidson appeared on a Channel 4 program this week, locking horns with a presenter over what he described as the growing restrictions on honest discourse in modern Britain. The discussion, which was broadcast live, has since gone viral, drawing praise and criticism alike, but one thing is certain: it has people talking. The segment began with a routine panel discussion on the evolving boundaries of public speech in the UK, particularly around political correctness, cancel culture, and comedy's role in pushing social limits. Davidson, known for his outspoken views and long history in British entertainment, was brought on as a guest to give his perspective. The host began by questioning whether comedians like Davidson are adapting to changing times, noting that what was acceptable in the 1980s may not reflect the values of Britain today. Davidson countered by arguing that while societal norms do shift, the ability to challenge those norms through satire and comedy should never be lost. He pointed to recent examples of entertainers, public figures, and even everyday citizens being called out or deplatformed for expressing opinions that diverge from popular narratives. "We're creating a country where people are terrified to speak their minds," Davidson remarked. "If you censor humor, you censor thought." What followed was a spirited exchange between Davidson and the host, who questioned whether his brand of humor was sometimes insensitive or outdated. Davidson stood his ground, responding, "Comedy has always been about pushing boundaries, that's what it's for. If we sanitize it, we lose something fundamental to our culture." The conversation intensified when Davidson raised concerns about media bias, suggesting that mainstream broadcasters often amplify only one side of the debate, while dissenting voices are mocked or dismissed. The host pushed back, arguing that broadcasters have a responsibility to create inclusive content that reflects today's diverse audience. The tension was palpable but controlled. Both parties had moments of interruption, but there was no shouting, only strong convictions on opposing sides. Viewers on social media have described the exchange as refreshing, eye-opening, and long overdue. Clips from the debate quickly circulated online, racking up hundreds of thousands of views in just a few hours. Supporters of Davidson praised him for voicing what they say is a silent majority in Britain, those who feel that honest expression is being suppressed under the weight of political correctness. One commenter wrote, "Finally, someone saying what so many of us are thinking but are too afraid to say." Another added, "You don't have to agree with everything Jim says, but at least he's willing to have the tough conversations." Not all reactions were positive, however. Critics argued that Davidson's defense of free speech sometimes crosses the line into being dismissive of people's lived experiences. A media analyst noted that there's a difference between protecting expression and ignoring the real harm that some language can cause. That's the nuance often missing in these debates. What makes this story more than a viral moment is the broader debate it reignites. Where should the line be drawn between freedom of speech and social responsibility? Should media platforms give space to views that challenge the mainstream, even when controversial? Davidson used the final moments of the broadcast to deliver a pointed message: we don't need to agree with each other. That's the beauty of democracy. But we do need to allow each other to speak, otherwise, we're not a free country anymore. The Channel 4 host responded diplomatically, thanking Davidson for joining the conversation and emphasizing the need for respectful disagreement. "These are complex issues," the host said, "and it's important that we continue to explore them with openness." In an era where discourse is often filtered through online outrage or echo chambers, this exchange served as a reminder of the value in open dialogue, even when it's uncomfortable. Jim Davidson may be a divisive figure, but his appearance sparked an honest conversation that many believe Britain needs more of. What matters now is not who won the debate, but whether the public continues the conversation. Are we becoming a society that avoids difficult truths for the sake of comfort, or are we ready to engage in thoughtful, respectful disagreement? What do you think, is free speech in the UK under threat, or is society simply evolving for the better? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's keep the conversation going respectfully.